Hello, today I'm reacting to Chicago Free, which is a 2002 remaster from 1971. And we have Terry Kath on this. That's awesome. The OG was taken from us much too young. But here's my other Chicago reactions I've done so far. The introduction, the 25 or 6 to 4 live at Tanglewood, and also the introduction at Live at Tanglewood, the Make Me Smile medley. I think I did the regular 25 or 6 to 4. Maybe I didn't. And I'm making it up in my mind. But somewhere here, I have a playlist called Chicago Reactions. And then I also have Steely Dan. And then I just have the 60s and 70s, the Grateful Dead, the Beatles. Concert reviews. There's all sorts of good stuff if you look for it. So, all right, without further ado, let's go to this recording. I will type my thoughts while I'm listening, and then afterwards I will talk about it. And then at the end, I'll tell you how you can get on my request list, because this was a tipped request. It said, a hard driving, straightforward song from the Chicago 3 album. Terry Kath sings powerfully on this. All right, let's go. Wow, that's it? It's so short. Ah! Okay, that's so short and that's so powerful. That just like comes out of it, just like, in a horse race or whatever, and they go like, and they like they start, and then they just, this one's just like a beginning of a horse race. It's like three, two, one, it just like goes at full octane. I kind of typed everything out as I was thinking about it. I'll read it. Cool guitar riff to start, interlaced with corn blasts. There's vocal harmony on that I just want to be free. That's consistent throughout the track. There, and then he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Vocal riff on top of that. Fast funk situation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the harmony and I don't want to free. Do you hear the ascending horn melody? It's like dun, 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 dun. It went up some kind of scale. Drums and horn. There was like that good little breakdown section that was just drums and horns. I liked how fast the drumming was, and then I heard a little organ in there because I'm like trying to listen for organ since I play keyboard in a band and I'm learning all about the rock organ. I never knew about rock organ, and now I'm figuring it out. But it adds a layer there. It's really nice. I like that a lot. And yeah, I haven't heard the Chicago 3 album. I mean, I've never heard an entire Chicago album. I heard that introduction the girl in Buchanan, but it's Buchanan. I don't know. It's like an interesting situation. And then I love that 25 or 6 to 4. And I know I should listen to more Chicago. Um, I was really sad. I actually read the story of Terry Kath's death because you guys kept saying, like, oh, he was taken too prematurely for us. So I read the story, and this is what I read, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. This is just going to be from my memory. Okay, so Terry Kath, they were at some like mountain house, and they're like writing, and they're partying, and they're doing a lot of cocaine, and they're just like up all night writing songs and partying and whatever. And um, he picks up a gun, and he's pointed at himself, and they're like, "Don't shoot yourself! Like, what are you doing?" And he's like, "It's not loaded." And he literally just like shoots himself and dies right there on the spot. Widows his wife and I think child, or maybe more than one child. And everyone's just like, "Oh my God, it's a tragedy." And yeah, definitely, I'm sure drugs and the lack of sleep contributed to that. Because if you don't sleep and then you go into a mania and you just feel kind of invincible and you don't really like think straight. And I mean, I can't imagine, like, I'm so afraid of guns as it is. Like, I wouldn't really ever, I'm afraid if they're even pointed. I don't even like when people do like handguns. Like, I was told never to even do that as a child. Like, so I get really nervous if someone like makes, I hate that. Like, I get really nervous. So I would never point a weapon at somebody, and I definitely would not point a weapon at myself. So that really scares me. So it's really sad that he even thought to do that. Like, why not fire into the ceiling? You know, like, I mean, if you can be crazy and fire off a gun into the ceiling, you can check it. You could like see if there's bullets in it. Like, there's so many things that he could have done and not done that. So it's like really sad. Um, and also like, I think this kid I went to middle school with, he attempted, to end his life with a firearm, and he ended up living, but he ended up blowing off like part of his head, and so he went blind. But he lived, which is like really crazy. So I don't know. I guess ever since then, I've just been like very sad. It's like really, really sad. But I think partly that had to do with bad decisions, drinking, cocaine, not sleeping, getting kind of manic, feeling larger than life, feeling, this sense of like invincibility that you get if you're manic and on drugs and drinking. So it's really sad because he really was very talented, clearly, in the short time that he did live. And possibly if he lived longer, he would have been one of the great. I mean, I think people consider him one of the greatest guitarists of all time, but imagine if he had had a full career, we could have really seen what he could have done. So I don't think Chicago was ever the same after that. But that's what it seems my research tells me. But you guys can tell me more information. Maybe I missed some things. Maybe I'm leaving out some details. Maybe I have something wrong. I just had to look it up after you guys told me about it because I didn't even know about that. Like, so this is like, imagine me here on this channel, on this journey, um, which I want to point out, like, let's mark this off my form. But if you think about it, this side of my spreadsheet has 198 rows, 187 completed. And then on the non-tip side, there's a bunch of green things highlighted. And then I've done reactions that were not on this list. But if you think about it, I have like 500 videos uploaded on YouTube. So I've listened to like 500 new things just in the past 8 months or so. And that's really cool. I would have never done that if it wasn't for this channel. So I feel like my musical knowledge is expanding thanks to you guys, and you're being really nice and welcoming to me. And I think it's funny sometimes when people can't believe things that I haven't heard. I still haven't heard much of the Rolling Stones. I just know that I can't get no satisfaction. I think it's the only song I know by the Rolling Stones. And then I've never listened to the Dark Side of the Moon yet. I still haven't heard Led Zeppelin. Is that who they're called? No, Pink Floyd. That's Pink Floyd. I don't know what Led Zeppelin is either, by the way. So I was like, just to throw that in there. I also don't know what Led Zeppelin is, but I think Pink Floyd is the Dark Side of the Moon. I just saw them. I just heard them do that, like whatever their 20th, 50th anniversary was. I saw it performed live by Pink Talking Fish, which is a Pink Floyd, Fish, and Talking Heads cover band. Interesting combination, right? I guess it's like they're all kind of prog rocky in a way, but I think Fish is more jazz funk. Um, and I think Talking Heads is like weird prog, like whatever they're called. There's like some subgenre of that, new wave or something. And then Pink Floyd is just straight up like prog. So, anyway, that was the free. This is my tipped list. If you want to get onto my spreadsheet, go to my YouTube page, click on my link tree and Erica in America. That was my original screen name. And Erica Music and Retro Games. This click on request form for reaction videos, and then the tipped ones are being expedited. They're all right here. This is my queue right now as of December 16th. And just so you know, my current situation is that videos are released 3 weeks early for members on both my YouTube membership and Patreon, which is a cool benefit because I was able to get so ahead on videos that not only am I 3 weeks ahead of schedule, but I'm also releasing more than one video a day now. I'm trying to release 2 to 3 individual songs a day. Or if it's an album, that might, if it's a full Steely Dan album or something, that might be the only video that comes out on a particular day. But that's how much I've ramped up my recording and my dedication to this channel that I'm now 3 weeks ahead. And that's like really cool to be because it does allow me the opportunity to have membership just because, you guys, I don't get monetization on anything that's copyrighted. So I'll just show you guys just like an overview of how it looks to me. Basically, monetization, ineligible, ineligible, ineligible. Once in a while, I'll get like a sharing monetization, so I get a partial. Ineligible, ineligible, ineligible. So I'm sharing, sharing, ineligible, ineligible. So all those I don't get any ad revenue on because it's copyright. So often that's why the tip is the only way I make anything from doing it, basically, or having membership. So that's why. If I was able to have a YouTube channel that I got ads, like, YouTubers that talk politics and commentary and stuff like that, they don't have copyright. If they're not doing copyright material, they're getting all of those ads from just like them talking and whatever. So I can't do that. So that's why Patreon gives me that opportunity, and then YouTube membership, and then having tips helps because I don't get revenue from that. So it's basically like my revenue is mainly a combination of like my memberships, and then like when you guys send me supers, and then tips. And then like some videos can have ads, like my interviews with the Deadheads, but those don't get that many views. But still, like that doesn't have any music in it, so therefore it's eligible. Okay, just to give you an overview of how YouTube works, because I was surprised by this too. I was like, oh, it's like ineligible. You can't earn anything. I was like, okay. So that's fine. So that's why I keep going. And again, like I said, it's for me to learn about music. So it's a win-win. And then I'm a mom. And so kids, they're so it doesn't get cheaper. It's different. Like when they were little, I used to have to pay diapers and stuff like that. But now they have all these activities. Like my daughter's choir is having a trip to Europe this summer, so I want her to be able to go on that. And then my son is in sports, and so the club sports cost money. And like, my daughter's gonna start driving this year, so it's like ugh, I have to get her like on auto insurance. It's like so no matter what, it's like I'm never really getting ahead. I'm just keeping up. No tax on tips. So anyway, that's just how it feels. But we have to hustle, us millennials. We were raised in a hustle culture, and unfortunately, most millennials don't have a job that covers everything. So we have to do extra, which is fine. I like working hard, actually. I hate being lazy. I hate doing nothing. Maybe it would be nice to be relaxed once in a while and not feel like I have to constantly be working. And even on weekends, sometimes I just feel like I have to work anyway, and I do actually work most weekends. So I'm just like taking clients whenever I can. I teach voice, I teach piano, and I'm a fitness instructor, and so I do all that plus my YouTube channel, and so it's fun. And I make my little TikToks and my Instagram reels, and some of those I put on YouTube. But yeah, anyway, that's the whole story. It's been fun. But yeah, early membership on Patreon and YouTube will be how we get things done here. Okay, thank you so much. And I will please subscribe, please turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the next reaction video. Bye.